You know about?
No, not too well. The water though.
So the water is thank you.
Yep, that's right. Water is thank you in Hebrew.
You gotta keep it in.
You'll get that.
That's the hardest part, like not knowing. You know.
All right. Let's see what we got. Let's share the broadcast real quick. Get started. Washington, D.C.
That's a good pen. Good pen in class.
Always like these things.
That's a 1700 pen.
Yeah.
Get to their name.
All right. Yes, sir. No sweat. Shalom, shalom. All right, clap it up, clap it up. Yeah, I'm right. All right, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, rock a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal, thumb Bashim, Yahweh Shai to the sisters. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA, man. The I.S.U.P.K is not affiliated with no other Israelite group or Christian organization on the face of the earth. We are the home of the truth because we teach the truth according to the Bible. The Lord has ordained commanding General YAHANNA, the brothers in the UPK, to be the ones to give this truth, man. And we teach that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the real Jews according to the Bible, and that the so-called oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. And tonight we're going to go into highlighting yet again just how much of a devil these people that rule over us are, man. I know a lot of our people in their ignorance celebrated Mother's Day yesterday, right? A lot of our people yesterday had barbecues, had cookouts. Hold on, Salaki. I got what I need. A lot of our people yesterday had barbecues, cookouts. A lot of brothers who never even spoke to their mother in years called their mom yesterday. Brothers who grew up not even listening to their mother, respecting their mother, called their mom yesterday. You know why? Because the so-called oppressor said, today is the day you should love your mother. And as a people, we are destroyed because instead of following our culture according to the Bible, we follow the oppressor's culture. And in the oppressor's culture, they hate their parents. In the oppressor's culture, that's why they have to make a day designated for you to show love to your mother. Because in America's culture, they hate their parents. You understand what I'm saying? In Israelite culture, the scripture tells us to honor thy mother and thy father. Honor thy mother and father does not mean listen to your mom and dad even when they tell you to sin. Honor thy mother and father is referring to take care of your parents in their old age. You understand? That's what it's referring to. And in America, the oppressor puts their parents in nursing homes. They put their parents in nursing homes where they know they are going to be abused in those nursing homes. Everybody knows what goes on. It's common knowledge that old folks are abused in nursing homes. It's so common knowledge, people make jokes about it. That's why you got a parent that get on your nerves, like, all right now, you keep messing with them, put you in the nursing home. You know what I'm saying? Because we know putting our parent in the nursing home is damn near like a death sentence. It's like prison for old people. You understand? That's American culture. And that's what we follow when you celebrate Mother's Day. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the history of Mother's Day. We're going to give the history of it and how just like America, everything America does, Mother's Day has its roots in paganism. America has its, Mother's Day has its roots in Greek and Roman mythology. You understand? And the problem with our people is we celebrate Mother's Day out of genuinely loving our mothers. You know what I'm saying? Thinking it's the right thing to do. Like, let's celebrate Mother's Day because we love mama. Let's show mama some love. You understand? When Mother's Day has nothing to do with you loving your goddamn mom. And we're gonna prove it tonight. We're gonna prove what Mother's Day really is, where it comes from, and why you shouldn't celebrate it. You understand? We're gonna show why you shouldn't celebrate Mother's Day. And we're gonna show you that America is completely against Black, Hispanic, and Native American women being mothers. And I know that sounds strange. We're gonna get some evidence and some proof tonight about that. America is completely against Black, Hispanic, and Native American women being mothers. Quash, give me that first article. It's I know I sent you screenshots. It says History of Mother's Day at the top. Let's get that to start it off with. We're rolling on limited time, so we'll be rolling through it real quick tonight. If you got any questions, just raise your hand. Shalom, sis. If you got any questions, just raise your hand. You understand? But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and get into it. Go ahead, question.
It's History of Mother's Day. Celebration of mothers and motherhood can be traced back to ancient Greeks and Romans.
Read that again.
Celebrations of mothers and motherhood can be traced back to the ancient Greeks and Romans.
Celebration of Mother's Day, its origins can be traced back to ancient Greeks and Romans, meaning this is not our culture. You think Mother's Day is American. You think Mother's Day is Christian. It is Christian. But what you find out is Christianity is not American. Christianity was before America. You understand? Christianity belongs to the Greeks, the Romans. You understand? Christianity is white supremacy. And Mother's Day is simply another arm of you supporting white supremacy. And we're going to prove it tonight. We just read that Mother's Day has Greek and Roman origins. You know what else has Greek and Roman origins? That church that you go to. The Christian church comes from the Greeks and the Romans. Oh, you too wild. You too wild. What happened?
You said the angle's not good.
Who?
From the laptop.
Yeah, it's too wild. It's gonna have to be like that for tonight for this Facebook. On YouTube, it's too wild, but Facebook is like this. Facebook acting up. The water level question. That Roman Catholic Church, Christianity comes out of the Roman Catholic Church. If anybody doesn't know, children are molested every waking hour of being in the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church molests children so much that they have lawsuits set aside. You know how you read those commercials? If you've ever worked on a Navy ship and you've experienced if you ever worked on a Navy ship back in the 70s, you may be eligible for a mesothelioma claim, for asbestos claim. If you lived in these apartments back in the 80s, you may be eligible for a lead paint claim. Guess how much the Roman Catholic Church molests? They got commercials saying if you were suffered abuse in the Roman Catholic Church, you are eligible for a what's they call it when it's major people a class action suit. The water quash. You are eligible for a class action suit because that's how much the Catholic Church molests children. That they have class action suits, meaning, oh, you molested too? Oh, me too. Like, let's go get the money. That's how wicked it is. And that Christian church is the daughter of the Roman Catholic Church. When you go to church, you are participating in the same culture as the Roman Catholic Church. Hence, why most of our Black people that have been molested were molested in church or by people that went to church, right? Happy Mother's Day, right? What was the love for your mother? You understand? What was the love your mother should have had for you when she was taking you to that church when you were being molested? It was non-existent. But that's what Roman and Christian culture. Go ahead, question.
Can you just move the laptop? They can only see the side. Just move the laptop a little. They can only see the side of your head.
You see. This is on Facebook or YouTube saying this?
This is coming from wherever the camera on the laptop is.
We broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube. That's what I'm saying. Whoever said it, are they saying it for Facebook or YouTube? Or it's from Cat?
It's from also Nakamaya.
Okay, no sweat. That's what I was asking. No sweat. So let's get some more on that article. So we're gonna show you how you celebrate Mother's Day. It has nothing to do with love for your mother. And celebrating Mother's Day actually is supporting the hatred of your mother. Keep reading.
Who held festivals in honor of the mother goddess Rhea and Sybil.
Who held festivals in the honor of mother goddess Rhea and Sybil. If you don't know anything about Greek mythology, Rhea and Sybil are the Greek goddesses, better known as, has anybody ever heard the term Mother Earth? That term Mother Earth comes from the Greek god Gaia, because they called Gaia the mother of the earth. Well, Rhea is the daughter of Gaia, Mother Earth. Rhea, and matter of fact, let's get the article, because I was going to bring this out too, to show you how disgusting this culture is that we follow. Show you how disgusting it is. Let's get. Okay, Most High Christ, the water. Most High Christ. Let's get. All right, so this is right here, Greek mythology about Rhea. And this says right here, I'm gonna read this one real quick. Let's give a little quick history about who it is that you're worshiping on Mother's Day. And once again, you'll find out, just like anything, when you go to church, you're not worshiping who you think is God. You're worshiping the white man. When you celebrate these holidays, you're not worshiping who you love. You're worshiping who the oppressor loves, which is the oppressor. They love the image of themselves. So it says Rhea or Rhea is a character in Greek mythology, the Titaness daughter of the earth goddess Gaia and the sky god Uranus, Gaia's son. Now, hear what I just said. I'm going to read it again so that you can catch what I'm saying. Rhea is a character in Greek mythology, the daughter of the earth goddess Gaia and the sky god Uranus, Gaia's son. Anybody picked up what's read? What did you get for the question?
Sound like an Oedipus complex.
I don't know what that word means. Break it down, for the simple ones like me.
It's like it. There was an old Greek play or chronicle where Oedipus killed his father and then married his mother.
Right. What we today know as, what I wanted to hear you say is incest. What we know as incest. Even in Greek mythology, they have their Greek gods and goddesses commit incest. You know why? Because it's their culture to be sexual deviants. What else does this sound like to you? A famous white figure in history that we worship today that was involved in incest. Caesar Borgia. The image of that white Christ is not actually Christ, because Christ is a black man according to the scriptures. When we see that picture of a white Christ, that is Caesar Borgia, the son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. He had Leonardo da Vinci paint Christ as a white man. Caesar Borgia murdered his brother because his brother was trying to stop him from marrying his sister, Lucretia. You don't believe me? They have a whole entire series about this on, I believe it's HBO or Stars, called The Borgias, because they were a famous Roman family that were disgusting. This has always been in Greek and Roman culture. And America is Greece, America is Rome all over again. That's why DC looks the way it looks, with those white buildings with the marble. Capitol Hill is modeled after Mars Hill and the 7 hills of government, you understand, in Rome. Everything about America is Rome and Greece all over again. That's why, if you go look to the history, for not getting into conspiracy, but they say all the presidents are related, you know what I'm saying? Because that's always been the case. The oppressor believes in marrying literally their brother and sister to keep the power within their family, even if it's disgusting incest, you understand? Everything about their culture is disgusting, you understand what I'm saying? And for us to follow, we're taking on that spirit of disgustingness. You wonder why you see cases of incest rising in the black community, because we want to be like them. Mother's Day, Christmas, Halloween, you understand? This is why we're destroyed. Keep reading what you have, question.
But the clearest modern precedent of Mother's Day is the early Christian civilization known as Mothering Sunday.
Right. The festival of Mother's Day was known as Mothering Sunday. And we're gonna find out why it was called Mothering Sunday. Keep reading.
Once a major tradition in the United Kingdom and parts of Europe, this celebration fell on the fourth Sunday in Lent and was originally seen as a time when the faithful will return to their mother church, the main church in the vicinity of their home, for a special service.
So Mother's Day has nothing to do with loving your goddamn mother in the first place. This Christians celebrated Mother's Day to get people to come to their goddamn church. Come back to your mothering church, meaning the church that your family came out of. Even in the black community today, for all the Christians that were hard-body Christians, every Christian family has that one church where they say, yeah, that's our like home church. That's the church for our family. You'll know because that's the church y'all go to for funerals. You'll know who the home church is. That's the church. Yeah, we have such funeral. Pookie funeral there. Like, damn, Pookie was a straight up gangster. You know what I'm saying? Pookie didn't go to church, but because that's the mother's church. That's the home church of the family. So that's what they'll have Pookie's funeral, even though Pookie never stepped foot in that place. Except for probably, can anybody guess? Easter, Christmas, and the third one, Mother's Day, in that exact order. The only time people go to church, they said church sees its highest spike of membership, Easter, Christmas, Mother's Day. Because those are the top three holidays for Christians. And that's because it is absolutely Christian to worship women. You understand? The worship of women is Christian. And we're going to get some more of that. Because go to the other article that says religion at the top. And it says in the Roman Catholic Church. If you just scroll over, I think it should be the next one right over.
I got a Puerto Rican experience.
Okay, no sweat. Go to final one that says religion.
Religion. In the Roman Catholic Church, the holiday is strongly associated with revering the Virgin Mary.
Just read that again.
This in the Roman Catholic Church.
In the Roman Catholic Church, once again, you're going to keep seeing this theme over and over because a lot of America's customs come from Rome. If you don't know, the Romans were the ones who killed Christ. For those who don't know history, the Romans were the ones who were occupying Jerusalem, our homeland at that time, even when Christ was on earth. That's why when the Sadducees and Pharisees came to Christ and tried to trip him up and asked him, should we pay taxes? What did Christ say?
Render unto Caesar what is Caesar.
Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, meaning the Romans were in charge at the time. Just like how today you pull out a dollar bill and some devil is on the dollar bill, not our face. I know they tried to get Harriet Tubman on the 20s. Listen, it didn't happen. It wouldn't change anything. But you pull out your dollar bill or any of your coins right now, you'll see the people who run this place on that dollar, on that coin. And that's what Christ was saying to the Sadducees and Pharisees. You pull out the money, Caesar's face is on the money. That's Caesar's money. You understand? They make the money. It's theirs. Give unto Caesar what's his, because we were underneath the Romans at that time. The Romans were the ones that killed Christ. And they killed Christ and established the Roman Catholic Church by mixing our culture, by bastardizing our beliefs, our laws, and then fusing it with this Greek and Roman mythology that we're reading about right now. That's why Christianity is so confusing. They'll have you thinking snakes could talk. They'll have you thinking that you can, the law is done away with. Well, if the law is done away with, then stop paying tithes. Stop begging the goddamn members for tithes, Christian pastors, if the law is done away with. Because guess what? Tithes is a law. Tithes is a commandment. You understand? We say it all the time in the security announcements. We tell you where to find it. Tithes is a commandment. So if the law is done away with, then why are you still paying tithes? You know why? Because the Christian church is nothing more than the Roman Catholic Church. It's a fusion of disgustingness and things from the Bible. That's it. It's not the truth. Going to church does not save you, doesn't change you. You understand? This culture started in the Roman Catholic Church. Keep reading.
In the Roman Catholic Church, the holiday is strongly associated with revering the Virgin Mary.
In the Roman Catholic Church, Mother's Day is strongly associated with revering the Roman Catholic revering the Virgin Mary. If you don't know anything about Roman Catholicism, the Virgin Mary is worshipped in Roman Catholicism. They believe Mary, what they call the Immaculate Conception. They believe Mary never had sex. They believe God came down and had laid down with Mary and impregnated Mary. Once again, paganism, Greek mythology mixed in with our culture and history in the Bible, when that's not true. Christ was born the same way every other child has ever been born on the face of the earth, and that's through sexual intercourse. Joseph had sex with Mary, and Mary gave birth to Christ. You understand? But in the Roman Catholic Church, because they love mythology and they love worshiping women because they're out of order, they worship Mary. You understand? Because, oh, she's the mother of Christ. That's why you get that whole concept in the Black community of you know, so you came from a woman. You don't disrespect a woman. And there's nothing wrong with having respect for women, but you gotta understand the Black community. We've taken on that spirit of demeaning men and then raising up women. When that's not the Bible. You understand? The scriptures is actually against women worship, and the Bible says the flock of my men. You know, the flock of my pastor are men. You understand? The Lord is a man. The Roman Catholic Church worships a woman when God is a man. Give me Exodus 15:3. Let's get Exodus 15:3. Everything that the oppressor does is out of order, man. It's absolutely out of order.
This is Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
The who?
The Lord is the man of war.
The Bible says the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is a man. For all you weirdos that say the Black woman is God, you understand? Which is simple. It's so simple for you to think that. I don't remember going into that. The Black woman is God. When the Bible is clearly telling you the Lord is a man of war. Keep reading.
The Lord is his name.
The Lord is his name, man. The Lord is a man of war, and the Lord is his name. The Catholic Church teaches you to worship Mary. That's why when you sin in the Catholic Church, and you go into that confessional and you tell the priest, some disgusting child molesting priest, your sins, what does he command you to do? Of course.
Tells you to say a few Hail Marys.
Say a few what?
Hail Marys.
A few Hail Marys. Hail Mary, full of grace. I don't know the rest. That's all I know. I grew up in a Christian church, which is just as disgusting. But I think the Most High, I wasn't in that Catholic church. Because who knows what would have happened to me as worse off than the Christian church. You understand? Because the Catholic church is disgusting. It's the mother of all disgustingness. You understand? They worship Mary. And because they worship Mary, that's why we celebrate Mother's Day today. Keep reading.
Come on, verse 4. Pharaoh's chariots and his host has he cast into the sea. His chosen captains.
No. Salaki. Go back to the article, Salaki.
In some Catholic homes, families have a special shrine.
Let's read it again.
In some Catholic homes, families have a special shrine devoted to the Blessed Virgin Mary.
In some Catholic homes, some families have a special shrine dedicated to the Virgin Mary. Give me Exodus 20:1. In some Catholic homes, they have a shrine. Did you know, anybody know what a shrine is? Young man, what's a shrine right here, brother?
The altar.
The altar. That's exactly what it is, brother. It's an altar. What's the purpose of an altar?
Make a sacrifice.
To make a sacrifice. When you sacrifice them, what are you doing? The whole purpose to make a sacrifice to something is to do.
At that time?
Yeah.
But to forgive for like your sins or something like that?
Okay, not in this context. You sacrifice something on an altar because that's what you're worshiping.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That sacrifice is denoting worship. You know what I'm saying? That's why they bring sacrifices to this, because this is their God. This is what they worship. The same way we make sacrifices to our God, the Most High. When you make an altar or a shrine, that's who you bring sacrifices to. That's what you're making your God. And we're gonna find out just how disgusting that is. Go ahead. Young man, you got that scripture?
I didn't hear it with the word.
Exodus 20:1. Because you read it for right now.
It's Exodus chapter 20:1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, man. Mary didn't bring us out of Egypt. And I'm not disrespecting the mother of our King Christ, but I'm speaking in the Mary of who the Catholic Church has exalted. That whore, Virgin Mary. You understand? That idol, Virgin Mary, not the mother of Christ. You understand? Because when you look at the statues of the Virgin Mary in the Catholic Church, what do they look like? A white woman. They're not some sister in the ghetto, you know what I'm saying, with woolly hair like Christ, like the mother of Christ. It would be some stringy-haired dog-looking devil, you understand, with some long face, just like the Romans had, long, ugly face. You understand? That's who we're talking about right now. Not that whore, Mary, that the Romans worship. She didn't bring us out of Egypt. You understand? The man of war we read about Exodus. He brought us out of Egypt with his mouth, his power, and his might. You understand? That's who we should worship. You understand? And he's going to be the same one to bring us out of this Egypt, this second Egypt. Egypt only means bondage. You understand? Virgin Mary is not going to bring you out of bondage. Caesar Borgia, aka White Jesus, is not going to bring you out of bondage. So it's absolutely stupid to go to church and to celebrate anything related to church, Christianity, Roman Catholicism. Keep reading.
Out of the house of bondage. Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt have what?
No other gods before me.
The Bible is telling us we should not have no other gods before the Lord. Well, we just read that in Catholic homes, they make a shrine to Mary. You understand? That's clear idol worship 101 at its finest. To make an altar, a shrine is to worship something else. And the Lord is saying we should not do that. That is disgusting. Any more scripture questions? Okay, let's go back to the article, and then we're gonna get into my topic, what I really want to get into.
In Eastern Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches, a special prayer service is held in honor of Theotokos, Virgin Mary.
Yep, go down and we'll say Islam.
In Islam, there is no concept of Mother's Day, but the Quran teaches that children should give priority to loving their mother over their father.
Ooh, say that again.
In Islam, there is no concept of Mother's Day, but the Quran teaches that children should give priority to loving their mother over their father.
You want to find out how you know nothing is the truth except the Bible? Because only the Bible tells you that the man is the head of the house. Give me 1 Corinthians 11:3. Give me 1 Corinthians 11:3.
1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The Bible is saying that I have you know that the head of every man is Christ. Keep reading.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the what?
The man.
Is the man. Now read that part of the article, give a question.
In Islam, there is no concept of Mother's Day, but the Quran teaches that children should give priority to loving their mother over their father.
Even the goddamn Arabs teach you to put a woman over the man, to worship women. You know why? And you'll find out in this article, B'Quash, it goes down and shows every country has some sort of variation of Mother's Day. Every country, if you go to the full article, that's why I screenshotted it, because the article is so goddamn long, because it lists every country in alphabetical order by every variation of Mother's Day they have. Because guess what? It is the consensus of the earth to worship a woman. You know why? Because the earth goes against Christ. The earth goes against God. The God of the Bible is telling you there's a clear order. If the Lord is saying the man is the head of the woman, why are you telling your children to honor the woman more than the man? And that's the spirit we're taking on in the Black community. That's why growing up, how many fights brothers and sisters both got into over what you say about my mama? No, not my mama. What Martin say? Not my mama biscuits. Jada, not my mama biscuits. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain spirit in the Black community where it's like your mom is everything. And part of it comes from single parent homes, but the single parent homes comes from worshiping women. You understand? Women have been taught to be put on a pedestal, and because of that, our sisters are not being told the truth. Our sisters are not being told the things that they need to hear to fix their lives. You understand? Nobody's being honest with Black women anymore, except the men in here. That's why a sister can come in here and actually change. That's why a sister can come out from doing all type of disgustingness in the world and come in here and for the first time in her life be held accountable and actually change. It's the same for brothers alike. We all come in here and change. But in the world, a woman is off limits. You can't say that. You can't say that to a woman. That's your mama, man. A boy can have been molested his entire life by his mother. And if he tell you, man, me and my mom ain't got a good relationship, man. Did you call your mom for Mother's Day? Me and my mom ain't got a good relationship. Man, that's your mama, man. That's your mama. You call your mama. But the whole time, you could have a father who was ran out of the house. You understand? He wanted to see his kids, was ran out of the house. And somebody asks you, you know what I'm saying? You tell them, you say, yeah, I'm going to go see my pops. And I'm going to hang out with my pops. And everybody mad at you that you know your father. You know what I'm saying? Everybody mad at you that you have honor and love for your father because we've been taking on the spirit of the world. That's to put a woman as a god. When the woman is not God. The man is the head of woman. You understand? And that's just period, point blank. Give me Isaiah 29:16. I know we're breezing through it. I told y'all I know we was pressed for time. We kind of got a late start. We had some technical difficulties, so we're going to be breezing through it.
29:15.
29:16. Yep.
Yes.
You go ahead and read it, young man.
All right, Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down.
Surely the turning of things upside down. What we are living in right now, what we are experiencing right now, is the turning of things upside down. How do you know? How do you know? Give me a precept, of course. You might got a precept to let you know what we live in right now is the turning of things upside down. What does that mean, the turning of things upside down?
One thing I know, a lot of people waking up. A lot of us are waking up.
Right, but what does it mean when it says the turning of things upside down?
It means things that the Most High set as a precedent. Man is changing to fit their agenda.
That's right. It's simply put, out of order. And you're gonna give me a precept to let you know things are out of order.
The precept when they said they cover the faces of the judges thereof.
That's a good one. There's a better one. Give me, I seen servants on horses.
Okay.
This lets you know what we live in right now is the turning of things upside down. Because give me to, I seen servants on horses. And this is going to prove what we about to read right here. Young man, keep reading Isaiah 29:16. Read from the top again.
From the top, Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Surely
your turning of the things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. What is the Lord saying right here? I'll tell you for time's sake. The Lord is saying, just like if you ever been to a pottery class, and you take that lump of clay and you put it on the wheel and you get put the pedal, get the spinning it, get the molding it, and you make a mistake. What do you do when you make a mistake on that pottery wheel? Anybody know? You want to take a guess?
You got to start over.
Yeah.
You got to start over.
What do you do with the clay to start over?
Remold it.
Not only do you do that, you destroy the thing that you was making. You understand? And take it all the way back to what? A lump again. You can be making a nice little vase, and it's coming out real nice, and then you make a mistake, like, damn it. Take it all the way back to square one, back to a lump, and you get to mold it back again. That's what the scriptures are saying. The oppressor has turned things out of order, upside down. And the Lord saying it's going to be esteemed as a lump of clay, meaning in just a second, the Lord is going to crush this society. It's going to crush this empire known as America. And guess what he's going to do? Turn his mother to a lump and rebuild it the way it should have always been built. And we're going to find out how it should have always been built. Go ahead, Bakwash.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and 7. I have seen servants upon horses.
I have seen what?
Servants upon horses.
Now, why is this important? You got to understand the context of history. Anybody ever seen the movie Django?
Okay.
Why were they so surprised about Django riding a horse?
Because he was supposed to be a slave, and he was supposed to be, at the very least, leading the horse. Or
slaves don't ride horses. Servants don't ride the horses. They're supposed to be the ones walking along on the ground with the horse. not on the horse. That's why in the movie, and let's once again, I'm just using the movie to crystallize, give you a visual, because a lot of our people don't have the visual because we haven't grew up in the era. In the movie Django, he was a black man that was a slave, and he was riding on the horse. And as he's riding onto the plantation on the horse, all the slaves just looking at him like, that's a nigga on a horse. Right. What that? Remember Samuel Jackson character? What that nigga doing there on that horse? What that nigga doing on that horse? Because he mad like. You a slave. What is you doing on that horse? That's what the Bible's saying right now. The Bible is saying, read it again.
I have seen servants upon horses.
I have seen servants upon horses. The people that are supposed to be walking along the horse on the ground, they are in charge right now. They are the ones on the horses. They're the ones that live deliciously on the earth right now. They're the ones that make all the money, that benefit from everything. They make the laws. They benefit from the laws. They kill whenever they want and get off. You understand? Those are people that are in charge right now. Servants. Keep reading.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And what?
Princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth. Who are the servants in America today, sis? Us. Who are the quote unquote essential workers? Us. While the white man was able to work from home and telecommute and have phone conferences and video call, and hey there, Chuck. They sit in their office, they sit in their kitchen at the counter with a cup of coffee. Guess who was at McDonald's still taking your order through the drive-through? LaQuisha. Guess who was still at Starbucks still taking your order for your stupid coffee? Tyrone. You understand? Guess who was still taking out your trash, giving you your mail? Felix, you understand? Our people. Go ahead, McQuash.
I've been to some of these buildings and they have it whereas all you have to do is put your trash outside your door.
And they come and
take the trash.
Listen, brother, who do you think is coming door to door to grab goddamn trash?
That's us.
Us. But guess what the beauty of this is? The Bible calls us, read it again. Even though we're servants in America, even though we're on the bottom, guess how the Lord always intended it. Guess what the Lord calls us? Read again.
And princes walking as servants.
And princes. What is Israel? What is the word for Israel in Hebrew? McQuash?
Princes of the power.
What's the actual word?
Yashar'Allah.
Yashar'Allah. Yashar'Allah is the Hebrew word for Israel. McQuash, what does Yashar'Allah translate to in the Hebrew?
Princes of the power.
Princes of the power. Who's the power?
The Most High.
The Most High. What is a prince?
His son.
Look at the brother. Go ahead, young man.
I'm sorry.
No, you talk
royalty.
How's the prince royalty?
Through the father.
Who's his father? What position would the father hold?
The king.
The king. We are children of the king. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans are children of the Lord, man. And the Lord is saying he sees that these people that he put that's supposed to be underneath us is in charge of us. You understand? The people that he wanted always to be in charge are on the bottom. And that's why, let's go back to Isaiah 29 and 16. Let's read it from the top.
Read it from the top. Isaiah 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Meaning the Lord sees how the oppressors turn everything upside down. He says two men can marry. When the Lord says an abomination, they now about to make it legal for you to marry children. They say pedophilia is a natural desire. It's not, it shouldn't be found as mental illness or anything other than that. You understand? They made it where black people were slaves. We live in servitude. Meanwhile, they enjoy this place. And they also put the woman above the man. And that's why we have the ghettos structured the way we do today. Black women lead in any demographic in single mother homes. Black women lead in the highest demographic of unmarried women. When I say marriage, of course, I'm talking to the institution that the white man calls marriage, because we know marriage is sex. And with all these kids our sisters are having, they got to be having sex. And we know sex is marriage. So when I say unmarried, I'm saying married in the term of how the oppressor calls it. You understand? That's because the oppressor has put the woman over the man. And whenever you do things out of order, then we have dysfunction. That's why we have dysfunction in our community. But the Lord said he's going to turn of things upside down is going to be esteemed as the potter's clay. The Most High is the potter. He's the one that put the order into place anyways. You understand? Imagine you making a flower vase, right? You making a flower vase. And what you made for flowers, you put on the table and somebody came and turned it upside down and turned it into a drum. You know what I'm saying? And what's supposed to be a flower vase, somebody turned it upside down and take a drumstick and hit on top of it. Ding, 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 you know what I'm saying? That wasn't the purpose of that. You understand? That's not what the Lord made that for. And that's what's going on right here. Everything is out of order. But the good thing about it is the Lord we serve is the one who's going to restore the order. And he's going to do that through Christ, through the Spirit of Christ that's in the man, that's in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? And the Lord is going to take this place, take this society, take these kingdoms, and just make it a lump of clay. He's going to start fresh. He's going to rebuild this place the way it should have always been built. He's going to make a vase. He's going to put flowers in the vase the way he wanted to be in the first place. You understand? I'm just using the flowers as a vase as an example. Right? Where we at with it?
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him?
No sweat, drop that. That's all, brother. Okay. Now let's get me Bakwash, get me the first sentence. These questions acquire pressing urgency. Right? I'm Officer 1000 Kazak Ahmad. This is I.S.U.P.K. DC, and tonight is the Monday night history class. So we just went into the history of Mother's Day, but now we're going to go into America has always been against Black, Hispanic, and Native American motherhood. While you want to celebrate your mother, thinking that your Mother's Day to celebrate your mother, you're going to find out that the people that instituted Mother's Day never wanted you to be a mother. You understand? And you're going to find out what I mean by that. Go ahead with the question.
These questions acquire pressing urgency in the face of continuing disparities in the health and survival of Black mothers and children today. Distressingly, although infant death rates overall have plummeted since the 19th century, the disparity between Black and white infant deaths today is actually greater than it was under antebellum slavery.
Now, what we're reading about right here is, if you don't know, and if a lot of you brothers a lot of you sisters that's planning on having kids, or they got kids, or brothers they got ribs who's gonna have kids, you might want to know this. Not to be scared, but this is a good thing to know. Black women have the highest rate of what they call maternal mortality. Maternal mortality is, there are cases when a woman dies in the process of giving childbirth. Well, not strangely enough, Black women have the highest rate of women that die during childbirth. You understand? And not only that, Black children, Black babies, Black infants have the highest rate of death, infant mortality. And right here, what we're reading is the rate now is higher than it was. The rate disparities, meaning the difference between how much we died and white people died, is greater than it was during slavery. And we're going to find it. Can anybody tell me why they think that is? Why are Black women and children dying more than white people now than they were in slavery?
Because one, they don't believe when Black people are saying they're hurt or there's something wrong. They think something else. They don't think it's an actual problem, and they don't care. They don't address the problem.
Right.
And they're left to suffer whether they bleed out internally. I think that's one of the more reasons why people.
That's one of them. That's definitely one of them. Let's go to the segue. We'll get to it in just a second. The main one is, you got to understand, what were we in slavery? What were we to the white man in slavery? Property. Not only were we property, we served a purpose for the oppressor in slavery. Meaning this, Black people made the white man money. The same way you go buy a cow right now, you're not going to mistreat that cow. You're going to make sure the cow at least lives, because until it's time for you to do what you want to do with it, because it makes you money. You understand? It's like, imagine you buy a farm and a big old expensive tractor. Who's going to really abuse their tractor? It's like, why? When this makes me money, it's going to go into my point. Black people die more, black women and black children die more today than white people than they did in slavery during childbirth, because now we don't serve a purpose to benefit the white man. Before, in slavery, they made sure that they did extensive research to stop black women and black infants from dying during childbirth, because that's bad business. We gotta understand how we were viewed back then. We were property. What business owner wants to lose his property, wants his property damaged? So every death was a dent in property. Imagine you buy a woman at the slave auction. Yeah, I got this black deer right here, got wide hips, good for childbearing. You buy this black woman specifically in the idea of, I'm going to have buy this woman so I can take a big black man and she's going to have a lot of kids for me, because more kids means more what? More money, more workers, more people that farm, more money. So kids, black people having children, it just meant more property. And if you don't know the history of the South, more slaves also meant more what? This is the reason why the Civil War was fought. More government representation, more political power. That's how you got the 3/5 compromise, because the North said you can't count those slaves as full people. The South viewed us as cattle, but when it came to political power, it was like, no, them people. They count too. Like they count. So you understand how the government works. They get more representation based off of people. That's how it works today. In the U.S., you got 2 branches of government: the Senate. Each state gets 2 senators, regardless of their population, and then you get representatives. Your representative number comes from how many people you have, and that's why the South was trying to use slaves to count as full people, so they can get more representatives in government for more power. That's why they came to the compromise. Well, slaves is only 3/5 of a human. Go ahead, question.
It still works like that today, and that's why all these prisons are in like these rural areas where there is no population.
Right.
And that prison population is their constituency.
Right.
Which means they give them more voting power.
Right. That's exactly what they do. And guess what? Those felons can't vote. The same way those slaves didn't have representation, because they don't consider them people. They're just tools to be used. And that's why they made sure black women and black children didn't die during slavery. Now that slavery is over, what purpose do they want us to make babies now? You got to look at it differently now. Now that the tide has changed, now this is no longer property. We don't benefit from them having a lot of kids. Now, black women having kids is a threat. Keep reading that article.
Historically, demographers estimated that in 1850, enslaved infants died before 1 year of age at a rate of 1.6 times higher than that of white infants.
You gotta read the numbers. You'll go to in comparison. Matter of fact, let's drop that. Give me some transatlantic slave traders hired surgeons.
Some transatlantic slave traders hired surgeons for the horrific Middle Passage in hopes of preserving their human cargo.
Their human cargo. Let you know how they view us. Not human passengers. Not passengers, cargo. You know, when you fly the plane and you bring a bag and you put it on the overhead, where do your suitcases go? The suitcases that they can't go on board with you, where do they go?
Down in the undercarriage.
The undercarriage, where the cargo goes. That's what we would consider luggage, suitcases, cattle. We weren't considered passengers. And this is why you got to understand, this slavery that we went through was so horrific, because it robbed us of all humanity. You understand? We're going to find out it robbed us to the humanity, even down to motherhood, man. Black woman, you want to celebrate Mother's Day and celebrate the holiday of the oppressor, when the oppressor never wanted you to be a mother in the first place. The oppressor never even respected you being a mother. You would think out of all the things somebody would have sympathy for, it was like, okay, that's a mother. She's pregnant. They didn't give a damn. They didn't care. You understand? Keep reading.
For maximum profit. In the slave markets of antebellum South, physicians inspected the body of enslaved men, women, and children before signing certificates of soundness for buyers or sellers. These distorted priorities were reflected in an 1858 medical journal article by Savannah Medical College professor Jeriah Harris.
Okay, drop that. Give me in the United States, black women are 240%. I'm skipping through them, get to the meat. What that was just reading was that we were considered property. So white doctors, white slave owners hired white physicians to inspect our people. You gotta understand, this is because us being in good health was good business, was good money. So they would hire doctors to come inspect you. That's why in the slave auctions, they'd come in, and one of the things they would do was what? Look at your teeth, open your mouth, boy. Look how good your teeth was. If you don't know anything about medical, you can tell a lot about a person's health through their teeth, through their dental records. That's why even when somebody dies, they can tell a lot about what you ate, your diet, if you smoked, if you were heavy drinking. They can tell all that by your dental records. You understand? That's why when those physicians will come to the slave markets, they'll have you open your mouth, look at your teeth, and hit your knees. There's some of the same things they do when you go to get a physical. They have you sit on that table, use that thing, test your reflexes, and with the hit your knees, have you cough, cough till you got hernias. That whole process comes from physicians examining slaves. When you go to get a physical, that comes from physicians learning that process through slavery to make sure the slaves were good property. We'll also find out, everybody know when kids are born, what a C-section is? Everybody know what a C-section is? Anybody know what the C stands for? Cesarean, as in Caesar. Cesarean section, if you didn't know, was pioneered by a cat named Francois Marie Prevost, a devil. And you might want to know how they figured out how to do C-sections? Experimenting on black women. That's how they perform C-sections, experimenting on black women. Anybody ever heard the name J. Marion Sims? We know him because Captain Mashak has brought him out many times. When women go to the doctor right now and go get pap smears and checkups and all that stuff, and to keep the box healthy and everything and make sure they all good, all these medical advances comes from the experimentation on black women, on black mothers. That's what it comes from. Everything that America benefits from today comes at a cost. And the problem is we were the ones that suffered. We were the ones that paid that cost. So when you go to the doctor today and you see some of the processes they do, you remind yourself, my forefathers suffered for you to know how to do this garbage right here. It's not garbage because it's medical technology. But my forefathers suffered for you to know to do this, right? Read that article, question.
Oh, God. In the United States, black women are 243% more likely to die from pregnancy-related issues than their white counterparts.
Oh, read that again, because read it live so you can hear this. For all the sisters that celebrated Mother's Day yesterday, thinking that Mother's Day is to celebrate motherhood, and I'm a mom, and this is and that. Let me show you something about America. Let me show you how Mother's Day is not supposed to apply to you. America never wanted you to be a mother, and still to this day does not want you to be a mother, man. Read that.
In the United States, black women are 243% more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than their white counterparts.
Black women are 243% more likely to die from pregnancy than white women. Can anybody guess why? I'll break it down for time's sake. The same reason why, who makes up the majority of COVID-19 deaths? What demographic makes up the most COVID-19 deaths now? Black people. You got to ask yourself, why is it that black women are dying more from pregnancy than white women? We know our bodies are stronger than them. We know that. Even the oppressor will tell you we're stronger than them in that aspect. So what is going on that's causing black women to die at such a high rate during pregnancy?
They don't believe black women when they're telling them there's something wrong with them.
Let's sum it up in one word. Why black women die more? Oppression. Oppression. That's true, question. I'm just getting to the broad point for time's sake. I really want to go in depth tonight, and I know that's why Satan has got this messed up, because this topic right here is real heavy in the sense of the things that have been done to our people and how it's the same thing over and over today. If any woman has ever been to the clinic that's been pregnant, what do they always advocate to the woman before anything else? An abortion. Like, well, you know you have, and this is the oppressor being a subtile beast. They don't say you can kill it. You know you can get rid of it, right? No, what do they say? You coming in lonely already because the father probably left because he's underneath oppression. You come in lonely, lost, scared, and they rub your back. Oh, sweetie, some devil. You know you have options. You know you can explore other options. You come in just to get a checkup, and already Satan is in your ear trying to convince you to murder this baby. That's not by chance. Do you think white women are giving that speech the way black women are giving that speech? No, man. You know, white supremacists are all about white women having more babies. They want white people to have babies. But in the abortion clinics, instead of they say Planned Parenthood. Well, Planned Parenthood is good for. They don't just do abortions; they do women health and all that. Yeah. The thing is, when those sisters come in for just a clinic, they end up leaving out with an empty stomach. You understand? When they coming in for a checkup for them and their baby, they leave out one body short because these people hate us, man. America is completely against black motherhood. Keep reading.
Research has shown that even when factors such as physical health, access to parental care, prenatal care, income level, education, and socioeconomic status are controlled for black women, are still far more likely to experience maternal mortality than non-Hispanic white women. Social and environmental risk factors.
Social and environmental risk factors. Black women being a mother is a miracle in this place. And this is why abortion is so disgusting, because abortion is simply you giving up the fight that's really going on. There's a fight to get black women to murder their babies. It's not nothing new either. It's always been like that when it comes to the children of Israel. Give me Exodus 1:16. I'm going to show you America not wanting black people to have children is nothing new. When I say black people, I'm talking about the children of Israel, man. The Lord's children. There's always been an agenda to exterminate our people. And you'll find that even in the Bible, it was the same way. Go ahead, watch.
Exodus chapter 1:16. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. Now,
this is Pharaoh speaking. Yeah, remember, this is when we were in captivity in Egypt. And this is why I love that scripture when it says, we are in Egypt again. This is Egypt right now. Our dead bodies lie dead in the street, which is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt, because America is Egypt all over again. If you want to know what's happening in America and what's going to happen to America, go read about what happened to us in Exodus and what happened to them devils in Exodus, because this is all the same thing all over again. And Pharaoh, the leader of their nation. Now, you remember, Egypt was said to be the most civilized society for that time period, right? Most civilized, like America today. The most civilized nation, the leader of the most civilized nation for that time, told the midwives to murder babies. Read it again from the top of the question.
And he said, when ye do the office of midwife to the Hebrew women and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, ye shall kill him.
Then you shall what?
Kill him.
You shall what?
Kill him.
This is what Pharaoh told his Egyptian, he told the nurses that weren't Hebrews. You understand? He told those nurses, what they call midwives. He said, when you see a woman, you know what I'm saying, in labor, you know what I'm saying, or when you find out what the boy is, what gender it is, it's a boy, kill that boy. Anybody know why they want to kill the boy in particular? Sis?
I think it was too many of them or something.
It was definitely too many of us.
Then Egyptians or something.
That's exactly right. It was definitely more than us. The scripture says we multiplied. But why did he want to kill the boy? And read the end of the scripture, Salaki. If it's a boy, kill him.
But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Why was there why did they want to kill the boy and were able to want to spare the girl? Yeah, man.
They wanted to stop the seed.
Stop the what?
Stop the line of David.
You know why? Because the oppressor understands something that we don't understand in the black community. While you want to love mama, and there's nothing wrong with loving your mother. But while you want to worship your mother, the oppressor knows that's not what creates a nation. That's not what creates more of us. Black men are the one who carry the seed. That's why when you find out you're Israelite, we always ask who we ask. Okay, we always ask where your father's from, not your mother. You understand? Because in the Bible, our lineage comes from our father. And the oppressors knew that then and now. You understand? That's why it's so wicked of us to worship women when we come from our father.
Right.
Our nation is built from the men. You understand? All those people that say, well, a woman gives life. No, a woman gives what was given to her. The man gave the woman in the life when they had sex. That's why sperm swim, because they are alive. That egg, if it doesn't get any life, it dies every month. Every month. That's why a woman has a period, because that, you don't know the science behind it. I know it's kind of vulgar, but it's the science. That discharge is the egg being ejected from the body. And the new egg falls from the fallopian tubes and it sits there for another 30 days, 28 days. And if it doesn't get fed life via the sperm, it dies. That continues to happen until women run out of eggs. But that sperm in the man's stones, it's swimming, man. It's swimming. That's why they call what's your sperm count, because that's how many, if your semen is swimming, is alive, because the life is in the man, man. We come from men, and the Pharaoh understood that. He wanted to kill the boys. And it's the same way in America today. They are trying to kill our soldiers before they even get to the age to be soldiers. Ahmaud Arbery was 25, man. Tamir Rice was 12. Trayvon Martin was 14. Laquan McDonald, Michael Brown. And I'm not saying black women are not murdered, but there is a strategic assault on our people, on black men in particular. And that's why we're seeing the murder of our brothers like this, man. Keep reading the article. Let's go back to the article real quick.
Social and environmental risk factors that instigate poor maternal health outcomes also disproportionately hurt black women.
Meaning black women suffer through things white women could never even imagine. White women don't think to themselves, okay, this is how you know America doesn't want black women to be mothers. Black women, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the only women that are forced to choose between the life of their child or a career. You're saying the life of their child or a decent life. Black women are always given the ultimatum, you know, saying through, if you don't kill it, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing in life. You know, saying go get rid of the baby and go have a career, go do this and do that. No other race of people are given that option. Even nobody ever told a black woman that the oppression we live in automatically tells a woman to get an abortion. She can have everybody rooting for her, like, yeah, have a baby. But she's looking at her surroundings, and common sense will tell her, why don't I bring a baby into this? Why would I have a baby when kids get shot by stray bullets in the hood? Why would I have a baby when I gotta lay down in the tub with my little cousins already? You know what I'm saying? Because of gunshots. Why would I have a baby when black children are molested? Why would I have a baby when we're poor? It's rats and it's roaches everywhere. We can barely eat. We gotta decide who eats what and divide the food up. A woman with common sense will say, I'm not having that child. You understand? It's practical for a woman to not have that child. The thing is, it's against the Lord, man. It's absolutely against the Lord. Let's go to the next article. And Cal, also, before you came in, Cal, I'm going to send this to you right here because this cuts a lot of people that think Hispanics and Native Americans are not our people. When I seen this blew my mind. Get me.
Puerto Rican experience?
Not that one. It's similar to the experiences of Puerto Rican women. Matter of fact, give me that one first. Give me that one first, and then we're going to go to the one I want. I want to show y'all something. I know the topic is mothers, but off a quick segue, I want you to understand, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are all 12 tribes. Go ahead, Quas.
The Puerto Rican experience. In a 1965 survey of Puerto Rican residents found that about 1/3 of all Puerto Rican mothers aged 20 to 49 were sterilized.
We're sterilized, man. You know what sterilization is? Yo, man? Meaning you can't have children. Anybody know what those methods of sterilization are?
Today.
Today.
Malt liquor, smoking weed.
actual, okay, those are, but I'm talking about actual scientific ways. Getting you what they call tubal ligation.
Okay.
Getting your tubes tied. IUDs. Do y'all know there's a lawsuit right now for a birth control implant? Meaning it's an implant that sisters can put in their arm and they can leave it in their arm until the 5 to 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, there is a recall and a class action suit because that's what they said that the implant was doing to women.
I don't know. I know that I was going to get like the what is it, the meringue?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I ended up buying one, but I didn't use it.
Right.
I just kept it in my closet. And
Right.
Probably like a few years later, they came out. You know, the commercial.
You had a recall.
Yeah, recall on it.
Wow.
You'll find out that those things that were supposed to be temporary birth control, because the whole thing is they say eventually you can have kids, just get it taken out of your arm. Well, these temporary birth control devices have found to make women permanently sterile, made women go blind, made women develop fluid in their head, develop cancer, tumors. You know why? And guess what they tell you too? This is another thing. When you go to your checkup, just pay attention to sisters, pay attention to how hard they force on you birth control. Now listen, it's not unlawful to have birth control, but I will tell you there are certain birth control methods that we finding out now it wasn't meant to just temporarily you not have kids. They knew these things would make women sterile. You understand? And this is not nothing new. They've been sterilizing Black women before birth control even became popular. We're gonna find out. Keep reading.
To put this figure in context, women.
Salaki, that's what we was reading. 1/3 of all Puerto Rican women have been sterilized. 1/3. Meaning 1/3 of Puerto Rican women cannot have children because of sterilization. Keep reading.
To put this figure in context, women of childbearing age in Puerto Rico in the 1960s were more than 10 times more likely to be sterilized than women from the United States.
You understand, Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. But the thing is, the United States understands something, that these Puerto Ricans on this island, guess what? They're niggas too. For all you Negro-only Israelites that don't believe the Hispanics and Native Americans are our people, the white man understands who's our people. There's no article talking about them sterilizing Africans in America. There ain't no article talking about them sterilizing little Chinese people. We'll find out though who's being sterilized. And you'll find out we are being sterilized because they know we're the Lord's children. Let me see where we are with that. We can get it out. Okay, now get me. Similar to the experiences.
Similar to the experiences of Puerto Rican women and Black women in the United States.
So we just finding out. We're gonna get into it. Hopefully we got time. Not only were Puerto Rican women being sterilized, Black women for a long time in America were being sterilized. After slavery, you had this program they call eugenics, the eugenics program. Margaret Sanger, you understand? She's one of the founders of the eugenics program, which we know today as Planned Parenthood, having abortions for people. If you go read Margaret Sanger's work, she'll tell you her desire for eugenics, for Black people having abortions, was so that we can eliminate our population because they view us as animals. Well, that eugenics program has always been going on with Black women. We just read how Puerto Rican women, whole time, we didn't know they were suffering the same thing. And we're going to find out, similar to the experiences of Puerto Rican women and Black women.
Native American women.
Who?
Native American women.
Native American women. Who do we teach are the 12 tribes according to the Bible in I.S.U.P.K? Young man.
Blacks, so-called Blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanic.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Who were they sterilizing in America? Read it from the top of the question. This is who they were making sure don't have kids in America. And this is not our words. This is an actual medical document right here. Historical document of them telling you what demographic groups were targeted for sterilization to ensure they don't have any more kids. Read it from the top of the question.
Similar to experiences of Puerto Rican women and Black women in the United States, Native American women were subject to coercive population control practices through much of the 20th century.
Our Native American sisters were suffering the same horrors that our Hispanic and our black sisters will suffer. You know why? Because we are the same people. America hates black, Hispanic, and Native American motherhood. The same way Pharaoh hated not Hebrew, Israelite motherhood. You understand? Get me Jeremiah 50 and 33. Let's get Jeremiah 50 and 33. Jeremiah can read it.
It's Jeremiah chapter 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
The Bible says the children of Israel and the children of Judah. Does anybody know why the Bible is making a distinction here?
Because of the two kingdoms, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom.
You gotta understand the history and our history found in the Bible. This is why, for those that don't believe the Bible, are simple, because our history is literally found in this book. We've been looking for black history and all this, and we got this fake pseudo history here in America that started with slavery, when our history is so extensive. It goes beyond what we know today. And you can find it in this book right here. I didn't put my Bible up because it's raggedy, but that's because I use it, Christians. We can find our history in this book, man. And the Bible's telling us right here that Israel and Judah are oppressed together. The brother just brought out, there's a distinction between Israel and Judah, because at that time, our kingdom split into two, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom were who we know today as the Hispanic and Native American tribes. They were underneath Ephraim. Ephraim was the head tribe. If you don't know anything about Ephraim, the Lord gave Ephraim, Jacob gave Ephraim the birthright. So that's why he took on the name of his father, Israel. That's why the northern tribe was called Israel, because Ephraim, who received the birthright from Israel, was the head of the northern kingdom. Judah was the head tribe of the southern kingdom. That's why Judah, Benjamin, and half of Levi were called Judah. Northern kingdom was Israel, the southern kingdom was Judah. That's why we have the whole term Jews today, because when the northern kingdom was sinning and they were sold off to slavery, the southern kingdom was still keeping the laws for a time period. That's why Jews today are known to keep the law, because that was when the southern kingdom, led by Judah, was still keeping the laws. We end up suffering the same fate. Our Hispanic brothers end up suffering, so when we got sold to America, but it happened to them before, because they stopped keeping the laws when we split. Anyway, that's why the Bible is making a distinction. The Bible says Judah and Israel were oppressed together. When you think that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are not one people, you are going against what the very history found in the Bible says. Not even the history in the Bible. You're going against the history that we can read all throughout, everywhere. This is not just one. This is one instance of us being oppressed together. You understand? Like, you gotta understand, why would they want to kill Native American and Hispanic babies? I thought black people were the only ones who were Jews. I thought it was just niggas, because that's what the white man knows, that Hispanics and Native Americans are the same as black people. We're the same people. That article, when I read this article, I said, Rakata Yahweh Yahweh, because I've never seen something so plainly let me know who are the children of Israel. They tell you clearly in the article, they tricked and forced black, Hispanic, and Native American women to be sterilized. And they did it through many ways. Even you're reading one of the articles, it says that they were forcing women to choose between welfare benefits or sterilization. Meaning, if we give you this welfare, you got to get this operation. You got to get this procedure. This was happening. And it's not legally happening no more, but spiritually it's happening. When black, Hispanic, and Native American women spiritually feel that if I don't kill this baby, if I do not get rid of this baby, then I'm not going to be beneficial. I won't be able to receive anything out of life. And that's the mindset that our sisters have been forced to have. You know why? Because America completely hates black, Hispanic, and Native American motherhood. You remember that when you want to celebrate the holiday of these devils, you celebrating Mother's Day, is you celebrating white motherhood. You're celebrating Greek and Roman motherhood, because guess what? They didn't celebrate our motherhood. That doesn't apply to us, man. They never wanted our people to have children. They don't want black women, Native American women, and Hispanic women to be mothers. And even today, the last point was abortions. Who leads in abortions, man? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Even still to this day, they push it on us to have abortions, to kill your kids, because America does not want black people to have kids. America is anti-motherhood, man. America is anti-Mother's Day, man. You want to show real love for black, Hispanic, Native American mothers, man? You have those kids, man. You have those babies, and you stop celebrating the holidays of the goddamn oppressor, man. You stop joining into their culture. Stop doing what they do, because what they do is really destruction of our people. That's what they're celebrating. Mother's Day is celebrating them being fertile. That's why the original service was called Mothering Sunday, because it will bring flowers and symbolism. Anybody know in Greek mythology, what does flowers symbolize? Have everybody seen old videos of the Greeks, how they have the women would have a crown of flowers? Anybody know what that symbolized?
I thought it was like if somebody died or something.
Fertility.
Okay.
Fertility. Having in Greek and Roman culture, having a crown of flowers on a woman's head symbolized fertility. That whole, anybody know what a cornucopia is? The cornucopia is that symbol we associate with Thanksgiving. It's like a horn basket. We used to draw pictures of it in school. The little horn basket with fruits hanging out of it. That's what a cornucopia is. That is also one of the symbols for fertility in the Greek and Roman goddesses. When you celebrate Mother's Day, you're celebrating the fertility and the advancement of those devils and not of your people. You want to celebrate real Mother's Day and real Black, Hispanic, and Native American motherhood, you don't celebrate none of their holidays, man. And you have those kids, and you be good mothers to those kids, man. With that, we're going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer of 50 Bakwashia.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. New brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. It means tenth in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering or for priests. Not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation is the 51st Lord's Annual Passover. Please keep in contact with your camp leaders to stay abreast of what's to come.
That's
Do you
right.
have anything else to add to that?
Y'all keep tuning in tonight to Commanding General YAHANNA's radio show, The Black Watch on YouTube. Y'all tune in tonight. And when you go watch, don't just sit there and watch it, man. Like it. Like and subscribe. Everybody do for all the other stuff they like. A lot of weirdos go on YouTube looking at all type of weird stuff. You going and watching videos of people popping pimples. You going on YouTube watching videos of people chew food and eat food, and you like and subscribe and share that garbage. When you go and watch Command General YAHANNA's radio show tonight, like, share, and subscribe, man. Push forth this truth so we can get the hell up out of here, man. Because it's time for us to go, man. The Lord is ready to get us out of this place. He's waiting on us to do it, man. And one of the ways we do it is to keep pushing forth this truth. Keep bringing people in here. Keep telling people about the videos, yeah? Salakia, go ahead, Aquash.
Remind Akim and Aquathing to check social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you used to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headbands, or scarves. With that, I say Amijah, which means to stand. Wapanya Hakodam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer first in Hebrew. Repeat after me. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak with Ka.
Malak with Ka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
I.S.H.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Barataza.
Barataza.
Kawak.
Kawak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Lathamdanawa.
Lathamdanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakinawa.
Wasalakinawa.
Kabawatinawa.
Kawakinawa.
Kasalakinawa.
Kasalakinawa.
Kabawatinawa.
Kawakinawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabi'ayanawa.
Tabi'ayanawa.
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abba.
Abba.
Hawashayanawa.
Hayashayanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahatapara.
Wahatapara.
La'ai walayamyam.
Wa'ai.
Aman.
Aman.
And in English?
Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us.
but deliver us
From evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom
And the power.
and the power
And the glory.
and the glory
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
With that, men of Israel, Sar, which means turn. Since you may have a seat, we'll give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat.
So it's like just run for the brother. So we come here for I.S.U.P.K.
Okay.
That's what I.S.U.P.K. means, to stand. You know, Shabbat means rest.
Okay.
So like that's like Saturday is the Sabbath, Shabbat. So Ahmad means to stand. Ahmad means multiple brothers stand. So you saying stand at rest. That's what that means.
Amajim.
Ahmad. So once again, Ahmad means to stand. So like my name is Kazak Ahmad, which means strong, stand strong.
Okay.
So Ahmad means stand. So that's what Ahmad is. Ahmad Shabbat. Ahmad.
Okay.
Barak. Yahweh Ba'Hashem. Yahweh.
Yahweh
Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatha.
Barakatah.
Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua Barakatham.
Yazmata. Men of Israel, Sar, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Imajim. Barak. Yahweh Shemar Adab Ba'Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shamar Alta Ba'Hashem Yahweh.
And you'll say Alathun. When it's more than one, Alathun. When it's one, Alatha, but that's what it says.
Okay.
Yazmata. Class dismissed.
That's right.
I'm gonna get you, bro.
Don't sound crack, man. Y'all both got did I give you the packet last time?
No.
I didn't give you a packet? Okay, let me get you one of that. You got all the Hebrew, the prayers.
See, yeah, I was gonna ask you that too.
No, I got you. I thought I gave you one. That's no sweat.